Good evening, I'm Hunter Funk. Court just wrapped up in an evidence hearing for Bryan Kohberger, who is listening to arguments about what evidence to allow in his quadruple murder trial in August. Abby Wilt has been sitting in the Ada County courtroom today. Abby, what was the mood like in there?
Right, Hunter, the mood was very interesting. Kohberger was there talking and chatting with his defense team, and that defense team was arguing to not allow certain evidence to be present at Kohberger's trial in August.
Mr. Kohberger sits here today. He's innocent, and it's up to the state to bring evidence.
Bryan Kohberger arrived in shackles to the Ada County Courthouse to hear both sides argue on what evidence should be allowed in his quadruple murder trial. First, the defense doesn't want the surviving roommate's 911 call to be played to the jury. They say it's hearsay.
The 911 call is made 8 hours after whatever happened in that house happened.
But the prosecution says that call is an excited utterance under Idaho rules of evidence.
And two, the statements were made under the stress and excitement that it caused. And that's clear by listening to that audio.
One of those surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen, also claims she saw a man walking in her home on King Road the night of the murders. The defense doesn't think her eyewitness testimony is reliable.
She described seeing the person for, quote, only a second, end quote. Her opportunity to see supports unreliability.
The defense also asked for inflammatory evidence to not be shown in trial. That includes content from over 13,000 photos and hours of video content. Judge Hippler ruled that'll be on a case-by-case basis.
I would imagine from what I've seen, some of those photographs are particularly graphic. But make no mistake, these murders, whoever committed them, were brutal and were horrific.
Another point the defense argued for was to not have Kohberger labeled, not as a murderer or a psychopath. They also don't want Kohberger's autism condition to sway the jury.
Bryan's physical body is more stoic, how he sits in one place. And he will look for a long time. Sometimes he'll hold his hands in a rigid position. And that means nothing. That's just how Bryan is.
Judge Hippler says it's not close enough to trial to make that kind of ruling, but that the state shouldn't use Kohberger's condition as an aggregating factor. The state says that shouldn't be a problem for them.
We have a lot better aggravating evidence than the fact that he has level 1 autism.
And they were able to get through all of the motions today, so court is over for the week, and Judge Hippler is expected to make written decisions in the coming weeks on each of those motions.
Yeah, something we'll continue to cover there. Thank you, Abby.